right, you share all flip side. And oh media na so we say a beef between MOG and a Wale Air Kosi pa. Now you know about a music right or ownership and I say catalog be a Wale Atom Ayama a Waka music company. Na sa company no omoto like catalog na mo tia waka. Omoto na mo tia waka and ochake picture na da wana Ghanaian artist more na atom omo catalog the likes of Sarkodie, the likes of Wale, Lashmade, Kwame Eugene, Kenneth Fameye, Amrado, Kwaku Flake, lot of artists then atom omo deɛ even Ebony atom omo deɛ na emoji echioma ring album ɛna wonder album a ɔne Wale no Wale aton right na o catalog na one country producers na ɔmo wɔ saa album no so one country obiara ɛno ho information ɛna ɛde bɛba that information no DJ Slim have space ɛwɔ Twitter ɛne ɛma emoji ɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu nyinaa ba emoji sɛ ɛbɛgye up Sarkodie sɛ Sarkodie yɛ Reggie Sarkodie Reggie nti emoji bɔɔ Sarkodie din ɛwɔ saa fusion mu no ɛna amanfoɔ kɔ de gay sɛ Sarkodie Crampon so aton ne catalog e dey ama same company Waka Music Wale nso ton ne two albums e dey mo am Wale claim sell two albums no wonya like 3.5 million dollars e was that two albums so and Sarkodie and some claim say Sarkodie so aton one album e dey ama same company but before I break it into Sarkodie information as Sarkodie like catalog na aton no main space DJ Slim have and then na emoji ekyekye mu de nti a ne boafu Wale ana de nti information we nyina eba abonten me nti space ne emreba a ni a breaking nyina but before that elevate for the sponsor line o pese o monetize o YouTube channel or boost to or watch our live views subscribers or betimi aboa or open already monetize YouTube channel ato jack or betimi aso to out pan real quick ebo no other form also boost to followers likes views TikTok, IG, Facebook, all social media platform or meeting aboa yi pa. Artist, boost streams, no think cash out royalties so audio mark, boom play, YouTube, all streaming platform or meeting us to out yi pa. Maintain breakdown emoji breaking it down. The entire near break I was say with me general like the share. Amount na Wale no and I said catalog na Wale no maintain information emerba near breaking na down. When I'm all channel
Now to Kojo as well. Emoji, I just want to clarify a few things. We know in 2021, you and Shatta had, a little bit of a spat online.
Yeah.
Saying that, you produced a number of songs on the album and then you didn't get paid for it, right?
Yes.
From where I said, I think this is like X of that situation. So the question I want to ask is, I think you also said that, you only got to know about this matter about not being called into the conversation a few months ago. So from 2021 to 2025, that's 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Within that period, what were the conversations like, and how did Shatta get into such a conversation with a foreign company without your input? Is it because of the 2021 issue? Where do you think it's coming from, basically?
Basically, this he actually excluded all the producers from the whole catalog conversation.
So you're not the only one. Basically, you're not the only one.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only
Okay.
one. No,
All
I'm
right.
just leading. I'm just leading. I'm not the only one at all. So basically, Waka actually reached out to me concerning this issue that I should actually link them up with Shatta Wale. So I was actually part of this whole thing from the beginning, but I just saw it. I was like, nah, I'm not really cool with this guy, and I'm not ready to do it. So I just told them, you know what, just exclude me. So
Do you mind sharing that's what year? Once
that
again,
was
my context is based on it.
That's 2020, late 2023.
Okay, so that means after your 2021 issue with Shatta, 2 years after, Waka Music reaches out to you.
Yeah, and
right?
I had a whole
So you're the
thing
first
with
person
them
they
face
spoke
to
to
face.
before. Okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So we tried reaching out countless times after 2021. So it's not like maybe I forfeited the songs and I gave out the rights, the 100%. No, there was no paperwork. It did not reach out. He always swerved his managers and all his people, the people that actually work with him. They actually just try to ignore all the producers, so not only me. So it's like we were fed up and we're like, you know what? Let's just sit down and then wait for what is going to happen. Not knowing this same Waka Music Limited was actually going to get into the conversation for real. So that is where I actually found out. So I got the info from some of them from Waka Music. So like,
Wait, so I'm sorry. Let me cut in here. I don't know if
yeah,
Slip, if you are following, because I feel like there's a fast one being played here.
yeah.
From what you are saying, you said you were the first point of contact for this conversation,
Yeah,
and Shatta and his team were not being collaborative. Per what you are saying, according to you, right? So are you suggesting, or are you alleging that they went behind your back to have this thing done? Is that what you
no,
are
no,
saying?
definitely. They had that's literally what they did.
Okay, so they showed less interest when you told them about the deal, and then later they showed interest and then they pursued it.
No, basically, what happened is when Waka Music told me about Shatta Wale, I told them I'm having an issue with this guy. So
Okay.
I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy to actually go to Shatta Wale and then tell him that this is a deal, blah 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 blah. No, so find someone else. So fast forward, they actually got into a deal with these same people, and that is how I got the information firsthand that is sold the like. I'm very, very sure if I did not get intel from that camp, by now I might still be wondering what's going on.
I
So
see.
that's the main,
So,
that was the main source.
at that point in time when you got to know about the information, or
Yeah.
moments prior to knowing that information, were you still credited on these songs
Yes,
at the
every
time?
producer was, including myself.
Okay.
So, for example, I produced
Mhm.
Only One Man, you find produced by MOG. Willis Beat produced Taking Over, you find produced by Willis Beat. B2 produced
Mm.
Pupa, you find produced by B2. And now it's produced by Shatta Wale. So
Okay.
I reached out to Apple Music first and then told
Mm.
them I wanted to take down the songs, and they suggested legal input. So I had to add one of my lawyers into the convo, and then they found a way to take everything down. So that was the beginning of all these issues. I took down the songs after I know I was not going to get through to Shatta Wale in the first place. I've already tried for years. It's not going to happen. So I just took them down straight.
Okay.
Wow.
Olele, are
Charlie,
you-
Slim, I'll leave it here. Some be brief, but I'll leave it here. Please take
yeah,
over.
final one.
Yeah, yeah. You see that aspect, that tag aspect is where I have a little bit of a challenge,
Okay.
because like we said, it's a legal matter. But I just want to take the opportunity to let a few of us understand why a platform like Apple Music will take down songs or take down albums after a complaint of this nature is made.
Yeah.
My good friends will call it the DMCA, and those of you who
Yeah.
DMCA,
perhaps
yeah.
have been,
DMCA
yes,
take down.
which is
Yeah.
the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Right now, this is like
Yes. Yes.
a legal document where you actually swear under a penalty of perjury, I think,
Yes.
that you are the rightful owner of the intellectual property, right? So
Precisely. Yes.
for Apple Music to do that means that MOG has a strong case, meaning he has provided, or his team or his legal team may have
Bro,
provided strong enough evidence.
it took me
Mhm.
3 weeks. It was
Okay,
because they were asking for evidence from Waka Music. They couldn't provide.
okay,
They said Shatta Wale has paid, and they were like, they can't go based on that kind of fact. They need to provide a legal document saying that what emoji is saying is a lie. They couldn't, and then Apple Music got back to me saying they would take down the songs, and they were asking if there are other songs I would like them to take down from other producers. And I said,
wow.
I'm very sure there are more songs, so I'm getting more producers on board. That's what I said, and that's it. That's where we are now.
Emoji. Now, let me ask, because could you ask a
Yeah,
very important question that,
yeah,
what
yeah,
evidence you had apart from your tag? Now, normally,
yeah,
as part of this presentations, you often give to your lawyers to use as,
yeah.
as a defense, right? Some of them may include what we call the split sheets, right? And production agreements.
Yeah.
With what we are listening to right now, looks like we are looking at a work for hire agreement. But initially, you did say that these things were not established. So how were you able to make a legal? Was it a tag alone that you presented, or there were
No,
other
it
things
was
that you presented that you
so
don't want to talk
basically
about here?
this how we went back and forth. I tried to provide the stems to the song, the files
Mm-hmm.
for the beats,
Okay,
the
okay,
drums.
okay,
It
okay.
was it wasn't actually good enough because anybody can actually get the files. So they
Right.
couldn't really take it down based on that. So what I had to do, I told my lawyer that, you know what, why don't you try telling them that I have other songs that I have produced that has my name on there, and I have the tag emoji baby, quote
Mm-hmm.
unquote,
To prove that
on
you are
all
the
these
you are
songs.
the owner.
Exactly. So as we provided a list of songs, they could actually verify and be like, oh, This makes clear sense now. Okay, so we can see you are credited on all these 20 whatever songs, and then we can hear the tag as well. So that shows you are the one that produced these songs for Shatta Wale. And then since we've asked him and he's not providing any legal document, no agreement, no split sheets, nothing. You know what? Let's take it down. And they took it down. It took minutes.
Okay, my last question before I leave
Yes.
Slim, just a last question.
Feel free.
You also did mention that you're not the only producer. You mentioned Release Beats and a few others who are caught up in this mix.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
whole
not too
lot.
sure why.
There's
I'm
a
not too
whole
sure
lot
why they
more.
are quiet about. Let me ask you a very funny question. Why do you think they are quiet? Why have they sent you to come and talk on their
No,
behalf?
they didn't actually. They did not send. They did not. Sorry, they did not send me.
I mean, I don't mean that literally. I mean, like, why are they rallying behind you on this matter? Why don't they why don't you guys come together? Maybe
Okay.
concerned producers of something, or maybe like a movement or something. And because I feel like one man against Shatta Wale, and it's a bit shaky. So if there are other producers
Shatta
who are
Wale and his fans, add the fans, add the
if the other producers caught up in this mix, why haven't they also come out to speak out? Because this is a very serious case that could serve as a precedent for the future.
MOG, I think we've.
I think maybe he's going to call something anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Slim. So I think that's what I read, because I think the only challenge I also have is I also want to find out from him at what point did he realize that having a split sheet is important, because a producer as big as number one, as Moji may call it, MOG. I mean, I don't know what year he came into the mix and what conversations were had. Were there promises of some nature? Between the parties.
Yeah, Olele, you joined late, so in the initial stages
Okay.
we had this conversation.
Okay. So if you don't mind refreshing the space, because I obviously didn't catch that part. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So MOG made it clear to me on the space this today that in fact the Rain album was supposed to even be a joint album, like a collaborative album.
Okay.
Where there's a producer and there's also an artist coming together to do that type of business. And I mean, he waited because your man made promises to him that his lawyers will get in touch with him and then they will sign the contract, blah, blah, blah. But moving forward, it never happened. But then he was also excited to work with, Shatta on this project, and therefore he went ahead. And so he was behind him solidly, 100%. When the album was done, it was uploaded. He had all the credits on the songs that he worked on and all that. So this is how it basically was. I mean, it was all fine and rosy until 2021, where everything went down south because he hadn't received anything with respect to royalties from the production he did in 2017 on the Wonder Boy. That is like 3 or 4 songs, and then 8 songs on the Rain.
On the Rain. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. MOG.
Yeah.
Bosu, we did wrap up today. Abeg, when is the case hitting the law court?
Basically, right now I can't give any information on that. Honestly, I cannot give any information on that.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's very
another thing of Waka Music buying a lot of catalogs in Ghana. I'm sure once you are cool with Sarkodie, you know that he's also leased a couple of his catalogs on to Waka Music.
a very, 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 very big shout out to Sarkodie. The biggest shout out to him. He's one of the most, I think, one of the smartest artists that I know. One of the smartest. Covers all loose ends. Works in the legal in his legal capacity to do everything right. So I really salute him wherever he is. I really salute him. He came with a list of the songs. We talked about it, and then he got all the rights.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when Sarkodie released the songs, he contacted you, and then he got full permission.
Definitely, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Issues did the thing inside. But fire. I beg you have one question for MOG.
Right, essay and a emoji and a RT story. Opposite a Sarkodie say no challenge. Sarkodie a professional guy and a Sarkodie a professional man. Ono we are the person bia in the cat. Now after explanation only be bia and a DJ Slim every post you a screenshot of a Sarkodie project bia. Ochumi say Sarkodie a Toma company na a wale claim say the true album is no onya $3.5 million no DJ say me the post to a screenshot a ochim say Sarkodie shall turn the project to the other same company which is last year 26 December after the Republic no and Sarkodie G and I say release a album no now check the album now a collective of songs are already released already, which is Anajo, Sarah, Kaladigo, About, No Forget, the Bumper, Confirm, Adonai, other tracks, countryside, other tracks. But you know, a different from a album now, while a toy, you know. While the album now toy, a original album, but you know, a live session. So they make what you say there. When a live recording, when the original album I Sarkodie drop like couple of years ago no. But we a live recording time on oil apology and I Sarkodie live band recording or anything like or gada air tracks nibi and a Joe Sarah ne other tracks on gada be boom and everything or any album on Toma a waka music so they make what you say there. Now breakdown any ochake a credit now. Say energy and I just and I do Ediana or be ebege up and I say on my credit with can promise perform artists can promise written artists can promise by produced by you know Shiama produced by Shiama now check a source now I say Rapaholic Concert Live Recording / Waka Music Limited that means say recording na say live session no produce artist but I check wale dia na ono na perform here on na Troy and ono na bu obi tie bibia produced by Wale performed by Wale written by Wale but we Sarkodie a different crampo and I check original track na original source na say energy countryside and I check the Sarkodie ton man waka for the countryside and countryside no check original track now Sarkodie credit MOG and Sarkodie ton original album no ama waka for no but Sarkodie ton recording one no the no Rapaholic no recording one no live band no and ton mom or collection of songs and any or ton and mom but original album like the likes of Black Love no Jams album no pressure and other albums no dey Sarkodie own full right by the live session DJ say maybe post to say Sarkodie aton and no na Sarkodie aton e dey won by amount no dey intimi indisclose e wa hano nti dia one for compare say Wale Sarkodie aton dey na same company no yampa but only a different one Sarkodie original album dey on time our company bia only 100% right by live one no Sarkodie is too smart for real Sarkodie is too smart on this side and we check Wale na Wale aton original album and I'm for so say any xylophone for bit mess you Wale you say time na Wale was xylophone no I'm drop a Rain album if na Wale under record label which is a xylophone and I'm drop a Rain album and Rain album no Wale after 3 I wan count xylophone for akoton album dem a different company age ho sika edi na emoji sharing abi bie fella no currently Wale ho beti match ni pa and 2 albums at take down and emoji so ka say obe continue I make sure say all the guitar platforms Spotify YouTube Audiomack bibia be there ebe down nti bia down one that means say distribution and I say company no like Waka music company no be there ebe Wale we say I didn't know upfront money amount no end the guitar platform ho na Wale ho be there ebe trini pa ba wuti narration na emoji ma na o say asebudi onyanjim and I beg up Sarkodie and Sarkodie catalog now ton a different from amount for you o check listener the likes of Kwame Eugene any other artists family any Shatta Wale any other artists original tracks or original album when your life but Sarkodie too smart and quality a lot of like tracks on a year life or playing life or Rapaholic and ton them on but original songs no there which I perform anytime be by live one day or ton at the moment. TSC and a tie. Open Munchimuniana, Nina, MOG, and I mentioned them more ever channel Hana. Never forget it, several clip area, Obe like restaurant notification bell, and the man still drop it, and Sarkodie content beyond Jack Building Kenya, ever channel Hana. Now make come say, elevate for next one line. Pay, sell or monetize or YouTube channel or boost to watch our live video subscribers or meet my short out. Also, pay already monetize a channel at all. Or meet my to Yama channel ya monetize already or meet my to Yama. Also, so boost to followers, likes, views, or TikTok, IG, Facebook, all social media platform or meet my short out. Also, we artists so boost to streams or followers who Boom Play, Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platform or meet my short out. And I say, open affordable data to are written either from MTN, Ejetigo or Telestra. Far cool data for which my short out. I'm written either for me. Lastly, open advertise you product or business our channel on your Facebook handle, TikTok, IG, or a social media platform. Bit my short out. You written either for me. Information that air trying to say, Sark Wale to the catalog on Ayampa. But we need a different album. A chain and I say a different album and I say different album from a Wale album no ton you know. Wale ton original album I say that ton all the way album there but we need a live band we need original songs and see and it's here. If you come on a like you share or flip side. Yeah out.